The ultimate combo. Calcium. No! So recently, Bonehead got an update. Really fantastic update. Now the thing is, despite the update, no one still knows how to play Bonehead. Emerson's really great creator, made a new video on it. Here's the thing, he was still using vanilla. But Emerson's showed me that not many people know and understand Bonehead, so here's what this video is supposed to accomplish. I hope you have a great time. My man got 3 new supers, Barrier Bone, and we got Double Gaster Blaster. Now we also finally have a Karma Bone system. We have Front Bone, dealing decent amount of damage, comes out with 8 frames and has a decent amount of range, and pushes sands forward. Floor Bones, pushes sands forwards, but comes out in 6 frames but less range. Really good starting move just because the range on it and the speed, it's most likely going to catch a lot of people off guard, and it's on the ground, so unless you have an aerial move like Rising Slash here, you're gonna get hit by it. Big Bone, love this move. Wanna know why? It's his guard break move with by far the most maneuverability in his kit in terms of a move besides teleport. The reason why I say that is because you can go so far with it and dodge so many attacks with it. And it gets you in the air, it gets you behind the enemy, it gets you away from the enemy, it gets you just really everywhere. And it's a guard break move. Then you got High Bone. Really good anti-air because the hitbox on it is insane. And it stuns for a really good amount of time. Look at that. 29 frames. See, you get to a really good amount of frames. Then we got Hot Dog, which Hot Dog in itself is really good because it can land you a really great amount of damage if you manage to land it. And grabs in this game are OP. Please nerf the grabs. For the love of God, we need to nerf the grab. Now, onto his special moves. We got Backbone, which is essentially just him having a dodge attack, and is able to hit you and stun you for like an even more amount of time than High Bones. I personally don't use Backbone too much. I kind of used all the other stuff. But now we got Bone Zone. Floor Bones, except it takes a little bit longer to appear, but it has distance. It has customizable distance for any situation that you need. Throwbone, personally a really good way of, like, his part of his main kit, I'm gonna be honest here. It can hit the enemy twice and throws them up in the air if you do. It also creates a lot of clutter on the ground for them to deal with. With that much clutter on the ground, they're gonna have a hard time trying to manage how to, okay, so how am I supposed to get out of here? Oh wait, I have that bone going after me. What am I supposed to do at this point? Oh no, oh my god, okay, now I'm hit, and now I'm forced to block. Oh wait, now I have Big Bone coming right at me. Oh no, I am now dead. So it's fun. Wall Bone, it's one of his newer moves. Wall Bone is a really good move if you want to apply even more pressure. If you notice with Sans, he has a lot of moves that are just really great at applying pressure from a good distance, because Wall Bone, it goes until the end of the arena. Projectiles don't even stop it. I've tested it out against Wizards projectiles, I've tested it out against like shurikens and stuff. It doesn't stop. You can make it blue. But, well, why would I want to make it blue? Blue just makes it so that they have to stay still. Because, from my understanding of the mechanic, if they make a move, like blocking or anything, or move, like right here you see a Lunatic falling, when they get hit, they take a stupid amount of damage compared to when it was just... And now on to probably the most broken thing in Sans' kit, Soul Manipulation. Soul Manipulation in the games is basically Sans manipulating the soul, allowing you to change the gravity of Frisk. You're able to throw them around and all that stuff. But in this, you have 3 options. Takedown, Fling, or Swap. Swap doesn't deal damage, but it allows you to keep your combo going by forcing them to swap with your current position. So you could set Karma Bones on yourself, which don't hurt you, and then Soul Manipulate them and throw them into there. And keep them there using more Soul Manipulation stun moves. And keep them in the Karma Bones. Newsflash, Karma Bones does a lot of damage, and I'll explain that later on when we actually address Karma Bone. Now, for Takedown, unless you want to end the combo, do not, I repeat, do not use Takedown. If you use Takedown, it's going to end the combo. And that's because y'all get locked in the same frame. So, Shrug. Fun fact for some of y'all who probably don't know this, his emo has a dodge mechanic to it. and it's hilarious. It is the most BM thing I've seen, and Yomi literally dodge their move and just BM them. And you can do it again. And just keep BMing. And with some moves, you actually can gain the advantage on them. Like, here, let me try. Like, here. I am now so far ahead of them that I can just... Wait. Yeah. I can just do that and grab them. Or... No. I can do this. Super the crap out of them. Double bone. Really good. It's his fastest move. Is by far. See? Okay, so maybe that stops it. Oh wait, we now have Spinning Bone. Spinning Bone is a really good counter because the hitbox is so mass and it just 29 seconds. The stun on this guy is insane. So, just to let everyone know, I kind of forgot the actual supers and stuff, but just to let everyone like understand the supers. Double Gaster Blasters, it's just double Gaster Blasters. Karma Bones, basically the most overpowered super because it will always deal a set amount of damage when they're in the area that the Karma Bones are set. Meaning, no matter what, no matter how much the combo is going, it will always deal that much damage. And I believe that is all of them besides the block one. The, I forgot what it's called, but the super block, that is it essentially has hyper armor, which makes it so that if you were to be attacked at a certain time before it like fully explodes, you won't get interrupted and you'll just ignore it and most likely hit them instead, giving you frame advantage. So yeah, his new supers are kind of overpowered, but very unique. Teleport. That's his teleport isn't like the salesman's teleport. It is a lot more tactical to think like to do compared to the other dude. For one reason, really, just because it's a lot more delayed. Holy mother of God! Why are there so many? There's just so many. I can't tell what's going on. There's too much on the screen. There's just too much. So right here is an example of Sans' coverage. This character is, if you cover yourself, like cover your attacks and prepare for when you're about to go to attack, you can force your opponents to do moves they wouldn't normally do and force them into situations that they themselves don't want to be in, but you will thrive in because of your many options and angles that they just don't have compared to you. Bro, the bone, the wall bone, it's going up, it's going. So to elaborate what's going on here, Jester used Black Hole. I sent a bunch of thrown bones at him and a wall bone. It ripped the wall bone out of the ground and yeeted it at him. Like, look at this. He can't do anything besides burst and waste his burst or he's going to get clapped by everything else. It is so insane. I'm forced to whiff soul here. I have no other option. Okay. I don't want to use a super, so we're just gonna go with floor bones. Floor bones coming in clutch. That's 6 frames. You with an idiot. I'm sorry, please no. You are about to have a very bad time. No. Please no. The ultimate combo. Calcium. No! This guy overestimates my skill with Bonehead. I'm good, but I'm gonna completely destroy him with one singular combo good. So right here, I talk about whether to end the combo with soul manipulation, with either takedown or flank. I go with takedown because personally, after 13 hits, your combos really start to take a hit for how much damage they can actually do. So that's my reasoning with takedown and fling. If you have a high combo count already, go with takedown. If you don't, go with fling so that you can get that thing up higher, get as much damage in, and then smack him. And now whatever he throws out will be very delayed. Yep, here we go again. Rematch. My man really wants a rematch. Ooh, burst. He didn't burst, okay. I'm gonna try and predict it. I got it, let's go! Choose how you die. Block. What? He wants hot dog. I have to honor his want for the hot dog. This is where we went AFK for like a long time. Alright, so here we're kind of mimicking each other's moves with, you know, Bone Wall and that stuff. So he's probably gonna, teleport, so he's probably gonna predict that. That's where we're gonna go in the air, because he definitely won't protect us in the air like this. Spinning bone, not good for aerial movement, but for aerial coverage when you're above the enemy. Fantastic move. Big Bone here is an example of his anti-aerial set. He just has coverage almost every angle. That's why he's so good. You want to remain mobile until you start comboing people or get the advantage of coverage, because with Bonehead, coverage is really good and nice on him. The reason why I say that is because Big Bone, Spinning Bone, Double Bone all cover really nice angles, and if they somehow get above you, you got Rising Bone. Ah, I see. So that's one move of Shrug. Shrug kind of cancels out like some momentum that you have, because look, I go down here more, but if I were to just fall, I go more this way. Now, for pure aerial movement of going up, Big Bone lacks severely. So, he lacks almost entirely in complete up aerial movement, I'm gonna admit. The only move that goes completely up is High Bone. Let's let him go again. Burst Soul. Remember, with Burst Soul you have to burst quickly or else they're gonna predict the soul. Unless you burst quick enough and don't think about it, you're gonna burst. See, he didn't predict it. He didn't predict it. Mind games. So naturally we can teleport behind him and he's not gonna predict it. And even then his move, one of his only moves that should be able to hit us, can't hit us. And he whiffed the Gaster Blaster. My man, he whiffed it. Let's see if let's get him here, right now. Come on. Make it a video. Fudge. That's me in a combo. Minus 44 frames. That's enough to get a Gaster Blaster off. Look at that. Position, again, the coverage. Now that he has double Gaster Blasters, he can get so much coverage in one area, because if I were to Shrug and he hit me, this is why Shrug is to me is like a gambit, because it takes forever to go off, but 15 frame advantage. I'm gonna do it. Yep. Look at that damage. If I stay any longer in here, I'm gonna suffer. Ooh, we got him, boys. We got him. Alright, let's get the frick out of here. Get this man in a combo right now. Another thing about Big Bone, all my attacks can't hit him because I'm going too far this way. Big Bone does not care where you're going. You are going to hit the man. Only problem is his karma bones are right bloody there. Can I get him with this? Yes. So, as a general rule of thumb that I like to believe in, if one Gaster Blaster will hit him, or hit them, sorry, another one will hit them and deal more damage and allowing you to stun and combo it. So, just a general rule of thumb. Really good. Come on, lock in, bro. You got nothing else to do. You're trapped. You are, by definition, trapped. Ooh, that could be dirty. Yep, we're doing it. We're gonna have to use Big Bone to keep this combo going. But look at this, 12 hits and we got 5,050 damage. And we're still going, boys. We're still going. Man got me in so many combos that I'm down to 2,420 HP. But since I got him in one with 12 hits, my man is straight up dying. Dot Barrage uses super funny. It's not fatal, but... Ooh, I'm surprised he went for that. Oh, he can't do that because if he does that, he gets hit by the bone. My throw bone coming in clutch. The coverage is insane. Let's go. let's do this. So, it is time for... First, I want to start off with the main front battle. This is pretty much the starting point of the entire battle and can really change how a battle will go. Because everyone starts with the same levels, everyone starts with the same burst, everyone starts with everything that they have to their name. Bonehead he has teleport, which gives him 4 options. Teleport away, teleport above the enemy, or teleport behind them to avoid attacks, really avoid everything that normally they wouldn't capture. And that in itself is really good options already with just a singular move. But hey, maybe teleport's too long. How about we just dash away? You know, give us some room, give us some breathing room. That in itself works against a couple of moves. We still have our normal jump and everything. Some people tend to go for this little jump up into the air. It's effective, but eventually people are gonna start catching on and catching it. That's just his movements. That is just purely his movement. We still have his shrug. Most of the time negate any really fast mobile moves, just because of how it works. If they attack you when it's out, we teleport behind them and negate the fact, and then we might be closer, we might be farther away than we were before. We can go with as many other moves with options. For example, floor bones, really great options for someone like Lunatic, who's I would go in front of you and keep stabbing the crap out of you, but that in itself is really nice. But as you can see, everyone has their counters. Every move has their counters. That's kind of how the game works. But what about Wallbone? Wallbone counters that. It doesn't counter us going back, so in order to get rid of that, we just dash. Simple enough, right? Well, what if they don't go in front of us and we want to, not use Wallbone? We have Backbone. So these are just some general of things that I suggest using, which is, with some cases, again, this all depends on the character that you're fighting. It also depends on your playstyle. So you either want to teleport out of the way, which, depending on who you're fighting, can be really good or really bad, depending on if you want to get close or not. Again, depends on playstyle and who you're fighting. So, or you can go with Floor Bones. Floor Bones has a really long stun time compared to most moves that it hits. Or maybe you just want to get out of there but not have to use teleport because of the really long, thing. And it protects us against mirror walk and everything. So Sans just has a lot of general stuff. Now, Lunatic specifically is a very mobile character and has a lot of angles for mobility. But if you were to deal, let's say, with just them trying to do London greeting, or I think a better example would be kick, we can then stun them for 12 seconds and get all the way back here, forcing a slow character, very close range character, to then have to come after us. Yes, we take a lot of damage, but we gain the advantage with this range. And if you're playing the defensive style, you're gonna want that. And now, we can teleport back, cover the distance a little bit, and Lunatic's gonna try and get closer and closer. How about a thrown bone to stop them from doing that? Okay, well, what if they jump up again? Gaster Blaster is too slow. Gaster Blaster is a very specific move of what people are trying to do. I suggest using Gaster Blaster as a move to not go for direct damage. It's a combo move. It is made to deal damage after a combo starts. For example, right here, if I can predict it properly, and you probably won't predict this insanely in one of your games, but if you manage to predict it, they're not stuck like that. And I can use this chance to use Gaster Blaster and get a really good chunk of damage in. On top of that, I can use Spinning Bone. And look at that. A new entire Gaster Blaster that we ourselves can use. And then we can, oh hey, what if we wanted to Rising Bone them? Or how about let's hit them with a really weird angle of Big Bone. Now they're going a little bit far. But here's the thing. That is the average damage of a combo, 3,520. The average combo for modded characters and even vanilla characters is around 3,000. And that's balanced. For most characters, that will take you 3 combos. And now you are ahead with health and with position. Now yes, you don't have direct aerial movement up here, but you can prepare, as that's how you play defensively with Sans. You prepare. Maybe you throw a really weird bone that covers the ground in front of you in case this character tries to go there. Or maybe they try to go this way. So then you prepare here. But that makes it so that they physically can't go there unless they hurt themselves, allowing you to properly predict them more. So if you know how to predict and you know how to properly prepare, you can predict them and make sure that they never get a hit on you again. Really fun. And overall, if you play your cards right, you can easily annoy the ever-loving god out of people. And then you get the advantage. And then you can set up with more stuff. So that's the main thing I want to talk about. Mainly, the fact is, Gaster Blasters, they're good damage, they're good coverage, but they're not good for direct damage against the enemy unless you put them into a combo. But here, look at that. He's stunned now. My Gaster Blasters can go off. I can soul manipulate them to keep them moving in the combo longer. Let's fling them closer to me. Wallbone to stun them longer. Or hey, what about Highbone? Or Hot Dog. Well, Hot Dog doesn't work in this case. Or Backbone. Get that really nice damage in. Or Bone Zone. Because Bone Zone is one of the many moves that I consider combo starters. Bone Zone, Wall Bone, High Bone, and Floor Bones all have really massive frame disadvantages for the enemy when you hit them. As most of them will actually allow you to get a frame advantage, like a really massive frame advantage, like right here. If I could angle it properly. Right here, 44 seconds from a singular attack, which then allows me to use another Gaster Blaster. Or hey, maybe I want to add a Wall Bone to it. But now they're kind of getting away, so I want to go after them. But I'm not really at a good angle to really do that, because combo. So, I'm going to try and stun them even longer, because that's High Bonus is really only actual aerial move, like anti-aerial move. But now, you can go into the air, and keep going. So, general combo is just, is just this. You throw them into the air, you rising bone them, and you just keep going. Now, is this a good combo compared to his Gaster Blaster combo? In my opinion, no. He has so many more to offer than just spamming his basic moves, which, don't get me wrong, they're good and all, but if you want the damage and if you want to win, Gaster Blasters are just the way to go. But they require setup, and you can't just willy-nilly use them, or else you're not going to be really effective. Now, soul manipulation. I've talked about it all, and I said it's really good for keeping people in combos. The thing is, it counts as a hit, meaning the more you use soul manipulation and crutch on it to get your combos up, you're going to deal less and less damage with your combos than you normally would, which no one wants that. No, thanks to the the Wall Bone, we forced them to come to us. So what could we possibly do here? You could grab them. But what, they'll probably just do that. Now, this is one trick I love with the dash mechanic. If they try to grab it, you can gently move up. Now you have frame advantage, and you can force them to do what you want. Which, let's throw a bone. Oh no, I now have to block it. But what if you now force them to guard break it? And now they are stunned yet again. And that's such low health. That's such low health. That doesn't really matter what I do, because they are dead. Trying to properly get this thing going, and there we go. So, combos, really easy. I'm gonna list a couple of combos that I personally like to do, and yeah, they can deal a really good amount of damage. See ya on the flip side. Shrug. I generally will shrug until they decide to give up or do a dumb move that won't allow them to actually hit me. So we'll just use Yona's side. So now you're behind them. You're always gonna be at around this range. So hopefully this combo will help you out. So Floor Bones. We are then going to try and get them into the air. I don't really care how you get them into the air exactly. Just get them into the air. You're then going to try and position yourself underneath them. Now here's why. We are going to try and use Calcium Overdose to get them into the direction, because on how Calcium Overdose works, fires 2 Gaster Blasters. If the big bone hits them, it will fly up and then go into a certain direction. When it hits the ground or hits a wall, bones will explode out. If we can keep them in this general area, we can effectively deal a lot of damage. So, we're gonna try that. Oh look, double Gaster Blasters. We can angle it properly. Make sure to get soul manipulation to still hit them. Maybe swap, or depending on the angle that you choose, push them forward towards it. And then wall bones, floor bones, front bone. I prefer wall bones in this type of situation, but it depends on what works for you, and keep the combo going. Because now look at that. You have effectively knocked out, well, if we were to keep the combo going, more than almost all of their health. That is a combo for, yes, it is an entire double Gaster Blasters and Calcium Overdose, but if you play correctly, you won't be using your supers all too much, so your levels, so that you can keep that combo intact when you want to use it. And trust me, it deals so much damage, and most people don't know how to counter it properly because play your cards right. You can force them to burst in that move, which wastes their burst, and they're probably still going to be in the combo just because of how overpowered it is. So, that's one of my combos that I like. Now, how I normally like to start the game, I want to throw a bone. Throwing a bone will actually negate a lot of people's attacks and or combos. Like, even though this still hits me, it throws me all the way back here, making it almost virtually impossible for them to properly get to me unless they use Soul Rush and waste some of their stuff. So, with just that, so normally we'll throw a bone, and if it hits them, congratulations, you just got a free combo. You can probably now floor bones them, depending on how close they are. And if not, probably go for a front bone. A front bone, if they get hit by floor bones, they're gonna get hit by front bones. No matter what. Unless they burst, which I don't really know why they would be bursting here. And then, depending on if they are taking a lot of knockback, blue bone them. The damage is insane from blue bone. And maybe by this time, I believe so, you could probably do another blue bone. Or, if it doesn't really suit the situation, go for a normal bone. Or if you really want to really mess with them, at this angle, a floor bone will send them over here, and then they're going to get hit by the floor bone if they keep going. So now, they're in the air, but they're not quite there to getting hit yet. So, use big bone. Big bone will send them flying. You then can use spinning bones to angle yourself properly in order to get right in the middle of them and the attack and lock in, and now they're hit again. And if you have the proper angle, you might use air bone or you might use double bone. Here I have to use double bone. Double bone will now send them this far. I can now use double bone to keep the combo going. And now it looks like now we're back to where we began. Another double bone, another big bone, another wall bone. Wall bone doesn't really work here, so let's just do a normal wall bone instead of the normal, And hey, look at that, we can throw another bone. Hey, they're kind of far away. We could use front bone, or we could use big bone. Our combo is kind of ending, so I don't really want to use big bone, because big bone is going to put me in a position that I don't really want to be in. So, in order to end the combo, soul manipulation, if they're in range, take down. Congratulations, with just his basic moves, you dealt 6,430 damage in 18 hits on average. And that's just the beginning of the game, or around the mid-term of the game. That isn't if they start using like DI function. Even then, most people just forget this little wheel exists. So, those are some general combos that I personally like doing in my games. And even then, sometimes I'll change it up because doing the same stuff is boring. Like, really boring. Really bloody boring. Alright, and that's all for this video. I hope you learned something from it. And if you want me to make more content on another specific character besides Bonehead, like Lunatic, Salesman, or something, just message me in the comments. I hope you all give this video a thumbs like and subscribe, and maybe hit that bell notification. It would really help me out. Thanks. And I would just like to say thank you Eminence and Car, specifically those two people, for pushing me to make this video. Emerson specifically, though, gave me the idea for this video, so thank you for that.